Do you think she's going to reject Manusos? I think she'll embrace him, but I think it's going to be funny and weird because Zosha's going to be there when it happens. That's just my thought. It'll be bizarre and funny and fun at the same time. And I think Carol's going to try to convince him, no, it's okay, it's okay. And then he might reject her, thinking that she's half one of them or something, because it sure seems like he doesn't know the details of it like Carol does, or any of these other people who have opened up to the hive and at least learned about them. He's completely sheltered, and so the anticipation is very palpable to figure out how their meeting is going to go down. It is probably the most curious thing so far. Kepler 22b is the promised land that Zosha seems to glow just talking about it. We finally discovered that this hive plans what they plan to do with other planets. They intend to pay it forward by spreading their miracle of singular madness to all the other planets out there. This increases the need for Carol to team up with Manny and overthrow them even more. He's repeating the words, "My name is Manusos Oviedo. I am not one of them. I wish to save the world." I couldn't help but be slightly reminded of The Princess Bride.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. So my question of this week is, did you know for sure that they would kiss? I thought, most likely it would happen. So searching for the words to say, the awkwardness was so thick that you could cut it with a knife. I do realize that this show is more about watching someone adapt to a bizarre situation, but there are moments where it starts to drag a little bit. Just my opinion. I still love the show. I still love Vince Gilligan, but again, it's just one of those things where you have to get used to it. You have to adjust into a new type of mood. I think you just have to adjust. You have to adjust your brain each and every time we watch this show. It throws you out of your comfort zone. This show definitely throws you out of your comfort zone because we're used to things being done one way, and this is insisting that you learn it another way, insisting that you learn it like the hive mind, insisting that you try to figure out what Carol's motives are and what Zosha's motives are. This moment of her playing cards with Google was hilarious. It goes right back to what I've been saying this whole time. Carol seemingly moved past all the heartache and headache and now slightly indoctrinated and just settling into her new lonely world where she can play cards with AI, right? That's what this is at this point. It's just another AI parallel, of course. In this metaphor, AI has beaten us and will do nothing and be happy. And this is a direct correlation to what Zosha's explanation, now there is no private property. Wherever we hang our hat is our home, right? Like the song, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. The scene showing everyone just sharing the stadium to sleep on concrete is efficient, is leading us to the next piece of propaganda. We are the disease and we must save the planet. Again, this is just something that's underlying in most TV shows and movies these days. So, I can't help but notice it. Preserving the planet while allowing our species to dwindle away because we're the disease. Now the hive is drawing her in, making her feel more comfortable. Carol's whiteboard is the one thing that's keeping her grounded, reminding her of the evil, even though it's easy to forget, especially when she's so isolated and so removed from everything. So a friend of mine told me that he had this idea that it might be possible that Carol would decide to not want the loneliness anymore and reject Manusos when he arrives. And I guess we'll find out in probably the next episode, but very curious as to what will happen because Carol is falling into the comfort zone. She's falling into our comfort zone while we fall out of our comfort zones to rediscover her. The one thing that escaped the deep knowledge of the hive is Carol's love of the loneliest sound in the world, the echo of the train horn. And then, of course, we learn further on in this discussion that the unconscious homeostatic communication between the hive members is compared to breathing, seeming to be a very fluid action, reassuring us that all are one. As Carol and Zosha have had their spa day, Carol dives deep into the AI, asking who feels what and when. You can tell she is really trying to find out how this works, and it's interesting to see how this kind of thing works, how the new AI works, right? And Zosha expresses boredom and a thirst to share nostalgia with Carol. The way she had reacted to about the book, that was just, it was interesting to know. It's like, oh, okay, this hive mind can get bored and they're thirsty for new content. They're thirsty for new stuff, like we are when we watch movies. A reconstructed diner that served as Carol's go-to escape sparks a realization that all the nostalgia is just a mere distraction, trying to put her into the same dream state that Mr. Diabate is, or has allowed himself to be engulfed by, or the or a fugue state, so to speak, right? And I am surprised that Carol even opened up at this point as much as she did. Perhaps it's because she just can't stand the loneliness, and all the while keeping her plans secret and safe. And finally, seeing Zosha's face light up with joy as she conjured up her thoughts and opinions was surprising and seemed to be a slightly above average reveal. Again, this is just my thoughts on it. Just seeing how she reacted, she realized, oh, I do have autonomy. It's like her face kind of went somewhere else. This shows us that they are able to shed some of the subordination to construct an independent opinion. Speaking of nostalgia, Zosha goes full on knee deep into memories of mango ice cream and all the experiences that she had around it.